Hi,
Hi,
everyone.
everybody.
Hi. I hope you
Hello.
guys are all doing well today. Hey, Christy and Lauren. How are you guys?
Hi. Happy Thursday
Yes,
and happy
yes.
June.
I know,
I
it's
can't
crazy.
believe it's already June.
I
I
know.
know. I
I know. I
know.
forget what your faces are like aside from a Facebook Live.
Well, welcome everyone to our Facebook Live today. And if you're looking to inspire your young children to enjoy books and fall in love with reading, you're going to love our event today. It's right up your alley. And we're giving away some amazing prizes that you and your children will love. So comment and let us know you're here. Say hello. And we have Maureen who just joined us. Hey, Maureen.
Hi, can you guys see me?
Yeah.
Hey.
It's the last. Okay. Sorry for the technical difficulties.
Wait a minute, you were a
Now
little
you're
sideways.
That's how my brain has been working the past month.
Well, we're glad you're here. And just to introduce us again, I'm Lauren. I'm joined by Annie, Chrissy, and Maureen. And all of us are moms, and really all of us joining today are parents. So we recognize the importance of reading, and many of us, I think, really struggle with how to encourage it with our kids. And today we're going to be reviewing a children's book publisher whose mission is to encourage early and frequent reading. And the four of us have actually introduced some of their books to our own kids, and we're going to let you know what we think. So if you're joining us just now, welcome to our Facebook Live. We want to hear from all of you. We want to know, what are you doing at home to encourage your young children to enjoy reading? And if you've got older kids as well, what have you done in the past to inspire a love of reading? So please share your ideas and your strategies with us.
Yeah, we definitely need those strategies. At least I do. We're getting a little desperate over here. So before we go into the event, we just wanted to share a little bit about Moms Meet. So for those of you who don't know, Moms Meet is an online community, and we basically bring together caregivers, so moms, dads, grandparents, people who are really focused on, raising healthy families, bringing better for you brands into their families. So if you want, you can become a mom ambassador for free, and you can sign up to sample and try better for you products with your family and your friends. And so this event is brought to you by Phoenix International Publications, home to PI Kids. And they're the publishers of the educational and engaging books, and they inspire a lifelong love of reading among children. They start from 0 to 18 months, and they go up to age 6. So PI Kids books are recognized around the world, and they've actually been translated to more than 35 languages, which is awesome. It gives a platform for multiple cultures to be able to have books accessible to their children. And you can find their books at all booksellers and online retailers as well. And during the event, representatives from PI Kids will be available and responding to your comments, so feel free to post questions for them.
Yeah, and actually we're giving away, of course, as usual, every week we give away some really great prizes. And so this week we're giving away to 5 winners a prize pack of a customized selection of PI Kids books valued at $30. So guys, it's like, almost summer break here. You guys will need some extra books around the house to read with your kids that you'll definitely want to enter to win. So for your chance to win, participate in this event, leave a comment, like this video, share the video, and then we'll announce winners on Monday on our Facebook page.
Well, I know we all talk about reading, with our kids, with each other, and I feel like we talk frequently about why it's so important. And of course, the building blocks for literacy and vocabulary development, building the concentration and imagination, attention span. So I'm just curious if the three of you are facing any roadblocks right now or challenges with your kids and trying to inspire them to read and encourage them to read. And if you have, do you have any strategies or suggestions on how you've kind of overcome those challenges?
So I'll go first. So my son is 6, he'll be 7 in July. And I've noticed since he's been able to read on his own, Sometimes he'll sit and read by himself, very rarely. But when he does, it's always comic books. I feel like, yes, he's reading, but it's not like an actual, well, I guess it is a story, but it's not the type of story that would be enriching or, teaching him about something. I have found that, too, if I like tell him to go read in his room and I'm doing something else, I definitely know he's not reading in his room. He'll be playing with toys, basically easily distraction. My youngest, who is 3, she likes to read to herself. She obviously can't read. But again, like screen time always takes over. Either the TV's always on or they just want to play. They don't have that attention span to be able to like sit and read. It's a constant struggle trying to get them to sit down. And I do try to make sure we read every night. But again, it's like pulling teeth trying to get them to read a book that is different, like anything educational. It's not even happening.
Yeah. Well, my kids, so I have 3 kids. I have a 13-year-old. I can't believe I have a teenager, to be honest. And then I have an 8-year-old and then a 5-year-old. And honestly, we struggled with this for a really long time. And I always just wondered, like, how do people really do that? When I see other friends' kids and their love for reading, and it never really just happened naturally. And so I think it was a couple years ago, I don't know what happened, but I think my husband all of a sudden decided that he was going to start reading these big chapter books with the 2 older kids. And they discovered it was some kind of, I don't even know what the series is called, but it's some kind of adventure series, and they started reading that together at night, just the 2 older kids. And the strangest thing happened. They really started getting into big chapter books after that. I think it was just, maybe they discovered like a genre that they all loved through that experience, or maybe just the fact that, an adult was there reading, with them, and spending that dedicated every night time reading chapter books. But that has definitely transformed our family's reading kind of challenges. And now I can't say the same thing with my youngest one, because again, she's 5 and, she's, knows her letters, but not reading yet. So, but I do have a glimmer of hope, and that's kind of what I can contribute, is that I don't know if that'll work for everyone, but it's certainly worth a shot. It worked for us.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. I will keep that in mind, Annie, when mine gets older. So I have a 1.5-year-old, and I was nervous in the beginning because he just didn't have the attention span to sit with me. And like when everyone would say, "Oh, you should start reading from a very young age," but like he didn't want to sit there. He wanted to do everything else. Until a couple months ago, we finally got in a good rhythm where we read like 3 stories before nap time, 3 stories before bedtime. So having that routine is something that he expects, which I think is helpful. And then also we keep like a basket of books in his playroom, and he'll pull them out like regularly and bring them over. And then we keep one in his room too. So they're readily available, which I think is also a good thing too.
Yeah, I feel like those are all really great strategies. For me, the biggest issue with my youngest, who is 3, is just finding books that allow her to read independently, just because I'm often really busy with my older son, and he is, with homeschooling and just helping him with his work, trying to get her into the habit of reading and being able to do it without me there. So I've really been on the lookout for some books that, that she can do on her own, or just, get absorbed in on her own.
I think too, it's so funny that we're doing this Facebook Live. I was just thinking the other day about how I want my kids to read more, but they're going to follow my lead too. And I'm not the greatest at sitting down and reading a book. I'm always on my phone, on the computer. And so I think if they see us reading books on our own, then they're going to think, well, there must be something good about that. So let me try that. So, and I think finding the right books for the right age, like Annie, you mentioned a genre that really piques their interest, or, you know, if the gender of the child, what interests them. So I think those are definitely some good strategies to implement.
Yeah, and we're seeing some really good comments too from our audience. I think I saw one from Laura who said that she built her daughter like a little princess castle and a reading nook, which I think is a great suggestion. Yeah, just like a little reading corner, which I think is a great idea. Yeah, and Ashley said she's heading to the library on Monday. I feel like we're all looking for, you know, for books and materials to, you know, kind of help our kids throughout the summer months. And Tracy said she's just always been consistent with reading to her daughter, and she remembers, you know, that time well. And yeah, I think that the consistency is a big piece. So,
yeah. So Ruth, I see Ruth says her son is 7. She makes him read to her while she makes dinner.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Reading. Hey, that's a great idea.
Yeah, that's a really good idea too.
Yeah.
Well, keep on. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. No, I was just going to say another theme I've been seeing with the whole homeschooling thing. My son's teacher has been recommending, if you don't have anyone to read to a pet, read to a stuffed animal.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Definitely get them engaged that way too.
Yeah.
Well, we're seeing some wonderful comments. So keep on commenting away. Let us know about your challenges, your struggles, and some of your ideas and suggestions. But the 4 of us were really thrilled to have the opportunity to introduce some of PI Kids' books to our own children. And we're going to tell you a little bit more about our experiences with them.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to go first. So we were lucky enough to get some great books that immediately, like, Declan fell in love with from the very beginning. So the first one is this Around the Farm book, which is really great. And it has all of these animal sounds. And it'll say what the animal is. There's a picture of it, and then it'll give you the sound, which is like perfect for him right now because he's really connecting the dots on like, and his vocabulary is building every single day. So if like this is going to help him learn all these different, like a turtle, a duck, a crow, all of those things. So it's really a great book for this. He's like 18, 19 months. So it's really a great book for this time period because it's like he's ready to actually learn. Like even a few months ago, I'm not sure if this book would have been right, but it's really great. And so there's a lot of different like fun images in the book as well. And then, you know, so we can probably build upon it. Right now, we've kind of only covered this really fun panel because he likes to just, you know, do the sounds and everything. But then we'll get in and he'll be able to like tell me what's what and everything. So it is something that like developmentally he can grow with. And I actually remember this book from like watching my niece and nephew too. They had it as well. And it is an Amazon 100 Amazon bestseller. So it is really popular too. So I think it's like one of those classic books that you see and most kids like get to experience at some point too, which is great. So another one that he's already become obsessed with is we have these Me Reader Junior Sesame Street Stories That Grow. And what's cool about these ones is that they really focus on like all of the day-to-day things that either he's learning now or he's going to learn. So like stories that grow, go to the doctor, good night, scrub a dub dub, first day of school. I realize that I don't have his favorite right now because it's in his room because we just read it before nap time, but there's one about brushing your teeth. And the greatest part is that like he doesn't want to brush his teeth without reading that book at the same time. And when he has that book, then he runs to the bathroom and gets his toothbrush. So it really does help you kind of connect, like, and also like these are his characters. He watches Sesame Street, you know, regularly, and that's his show. So to be able to see them and connect, he thinks it's really cool. The other cool part is they have this like electronic reader with it as well. And so he can press all the different buttons and it'll tell you what books he can read. So that like adds a layer and a level that like he'll build up to as well with it too. So yeah, so far so good with all these books with him. He loves them. And the great thing about the Me Reader series is allows like the young readers to graduate from the Me Reader Junior to the Me Reader. So it's a good stepping stone developmentally for them to move forward, because while these are board books right now for his age, they also have hardcover books with paper pages too. So for the next step, those he can graduate to that when he's ready.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's so funny because we were sent these books to, go through with our kids, and I didn't realize another one, like totally separate, another book. I realized it last night. One of Olivia's favorite books, my daughter, it said like PI Kids, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool! Like now I recognize them.
Yeah, and it's all characters that you know and recognize that your kids love, so that's what makes it really great too.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So as I mentioned, Olivia, she's 3, and we got a couple books that were awesome. So the coolest thing about the first set was my first smart pad library. Olivia keeps calling this her cell phone. But gotta do what you gotta do. So the cool thing about this one, so there were 8 books in this set. So they're all Disney characters. So there's Zootopia, there's Peter Pan, there's a bunch of others. And the coolest thing about this is it really incorporates the educational piece. So it focuses on, there's like numbers and letters on here. So in the book, it'll say like, hit the letter, and then it'll show this, and then she needs to say the letter and it'll say it for her. So that's really cool. The other thing about on the back, there's a bunch of like different characters and noises and stuff. So in this book, one of the cool things was it says to find an animal with red fur. So she has to, visually locate on here the animal with red fur. And if she hits this like little carrot, it'll ask her more questions about different animals. So it's super engaging. I mean, she'll sit there. I hear this thing like in my sleep. She'll sit there playing with it. And it was also the winner of the Tiddlywink Toy Awards for the Tiddlywink Toy Awards Brainchild Award. And I can totally see why, because it's so engaging. She was like saying letters and reading numbers, and I was like, who are you? Like, the other book that was super cute that we really enjoyed reading, it took me a minute for me to really like know what I was doing, because this book is upside down.
Oh my gosh, how fun.
It's really cute, but like halfway through you like have to flip it. And like I was like, wait, what? No, but my daughter was like right on it. She's like, no, Mom, it has to go this way. She was reading it. It's cute. She knows when to flip it too, because obviously the pictures are right side up. But this one is really cool because it's a story about 2 animals that are basically agreeing if the book is right side up or not. And it really encourages children at the core center of the theme of the book. It encourages the children to grasp that there's 2 sides to every story. There's opposite points of view, different perspectives. So it's a really great lesson to teach. It definitely will engage the entire family. My 7-year-old last night, my daughter was reading this, and my 7-year-old started laughing at her, and he was like, your book's upside down. You're not even reading it wrong. And we're like, joke's on you. It's supposed to be that way. So it was definitely a really, really cute set of books that we got.
Yeah, my son is doing that the same, when my daughter tries to read, and he will interject and, tell her, no, that's not right, or, you're on the wrong page, or so it's funny how they try to kind of boss them around. But so my daughter is the same age as Olivia. So I have Elise, she's 3, she'll be 4 in October. And as I said, I've just been having a hard time trying to get her engaged in a book that she can just read through on her own, just because I'm often busy with my older child. So she has been really, like most 3-year-olds probably at this point, really obsessed with Frozen. That's just constantly on in our house. And what's that? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So this book was a real hit with her. It's a read and a sing along, which is actually great because they can look through the songbook and then the singing and music piece actually build up on their early language and literacy skills. And then on each page, there's also a symbol, and then they can match it to the songboard here, and then they can just press the button and it will play part of the song. So it kind of builds that focus and that concentration. And she will just be absorbed in this for, 15, 20 minutes at a time. So it just kind of buys me a little bit of time. And it just makes me really happy to see her engaged and, just holding a book and getting into the process of reading. And this book was actually awarded the Mom's Choice Award for Excellence in Family-Friendly Products. The other one this is another obsession. I don't know if any of your households, you're watching this constantly.
I've lost control of my car radio. All they want to do is listen to Trolls soundtrack.
I know we're the same way. I mean, Trolls have become such like a prize in our house. I had to get the little toys the other day as like a potty training present. So it's just full on obsession with us right now. So, but this is based on the Trolls 2, I guess the World Tour book. And there's 12 content spreads. These sound buttons as well that feature all of the characters' voices, so Branch and Poppy and Cooper. But it's just a really interactive book, really hands-on. It's multi-sensory, really stimulates imagination. And again, she can stay occupied with this book for, long stretches of time. So really kind of building that independence. And, she loves it. So I'm just happy to see her loving reading and loving what the books have to offer.
All right, great. Is it my turn for show and tell? So, Christy, when you mentioned that you're Olivia, so I have an Olivia as well. We both share have the same name for our daughters. My Olivia thinks her calculator, or pretends her calculator is a phone. So there's some kind of like something with the connection between the buttons on these things and then it being a phone. I don't know. So funny. Okay, so my daughter, my Olivia, is 5. And, I think she's, not really reading on her own, but I was pleasantly surprised because she does love Minnie Mouse. And so we got this book, I'm Ready to Read with Minnie. And it was great because there's still 10 sound buttons here, and it allows like beginner readers to hear and follow along. And Minnie actually reads each page. So on the nights where I'm too tired to read her a book, it's perfect. She could read herself a book. But I do, she has really been enjoying it. And there's something with like the interactive, element of a book that really keeps these kids really entertained. So yeah, this has been really fun, and I love that it supports it's like step towards independent reading, and it's a really successful series for those reluctant readers. And then of course we are also very obsessed with Frozen in this house. All things Frozen. Yeah. What we loved about this book, it's a look and find series. So it's the Look and Find Disney Frozen 2 book. And I absolutely love this book. Again, I don't know. I must be going through like a lazy stage myself, because sometimes if I don't feel like reading out loud, I'll say, Olivia, go get a Look and Find book. And then we'll just sit there and I'll pretend like I'm looking and finding while she's doing all the finding, Of course, this also has some lovely words that I can read if I wasn't feeling lazy myself. But it's, of course, this is really a great, just has some really great illustrations and follows along the storyline of the movie as well. So this has been a big hit in our house. And similar to what you said earlier, Chrissy, too, like I realized I didn't recognize PI Kids before this, but now I'm finding their books everywhere in my house. I didn't realize how many, PI Kids or, Phoenix International books I've had. So yeah, that I found really interesting.
So I think it's safe to say that all of these books were a success. in our house.
Oh yeah.
It's awesome. You know, every time we can find a new classic to pick up is great. So let's just talk a little bit more about PI Kids. So PI Kids is an imprint of Phoenix International Publication, which has been a leader in children's sound and novelty book publishing for more than 30 years. Their mission is to provide each child with an experience that translates into a love of books and reading, which I think our kids have proven that it does that. And each of these titles truly captures their mission too, and the selection of well-recognized characters, like we mentioned, and the emphasis on gradually building independent reading and the interactive multisensory components too are all designed to help build an early appreciation for reading. So another great thing, for a limited time, you can use the code MOMSMeet20 to get 20% off your entire order on pikidsmedia.com through September 4th, 2020. So that's MOMSMeet20 for 20% off. So definitely run and use that. I think it'll be great for summer reading, definitely.
Yeah, and let me just show you guys these cute pictures of our kids enjoying these books. So I'm actually going to hide myself real quick, and then I'll.
Oh, we got big.
Oh,
Goodies.
It's really cute.
so sweet. Oh,
I don't know. I think our kids could be the PI kids like models.
models, right? Oh, well, head on over to PI Kids. pikidsmedia.com. Check out all of their wonderful titles that your little one might be interested in. And again, like Maureen said, be sure to make use of that great code MomsMeet20 for 20% off your entire order through September 4th. And everyone, thank you so much for joining us today. Thanks for sharing some of your struggles with us. These comments are wonderful, and some of these strategies we're going to have to read through and incorporate them. So thanks for sharing your experiences with us. And really special thank you to Phoenix International Publications and PI Kids for sharing these wonderful books with us, and a thank you from our children as well. They're truly, enjoying them and enjoying reading. So remember to keep liking, sharing, commenting for your chance to win a customized prize pack from PI Kids, and we'll announce winners on Monday. So happy reading, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye, everyone.